In this video, I want to discuss the franchise opportunity or franchise business model for assisted living, and if you should do it or if you should not do it, the pros and cons of a franchised assisted living business. So if you're interested, make sure to stick around. What's up, everyone? I hope you're all doing well. If you're new here, my name is Serge. Welcome to the channel. To all my recurring viewers, thank you so much for all the love and support that you have shown on this channel. And if you have not yet, feel free to go check out the God Made podcast with me, Serge Lupescu. Also, feel free to go check out Legion Assisted Living Academy and the Facebook group Legion Assisted Living Academy on Facebook. I will put one link down below and it will take you to all these different links. So feel free to go check that all out. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the topic of this video. So in franchising, there is an old saying, and it goes something along the lines of this: you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Meaning you're going to have support from the business that you're franchising from. They're going to help you and give you support on what you need to do. With that, there is a catch-22, which is that you do end up paying some sort of fee every single month based off your gross revenue. From what I've seen, usually it's anywhere from 3 to 5%. What all do you get with this franchise business model if you go the assisted living route and you end up paying 3 to 5% of your gross income every single month to the business that's franchising and supporting you through this entire journey of, getting to be in business for yourself? So here's what you end up getting with the whole assisted living. They end up covering all the business operations services and manuals, which is everything from the operations, service, and materials, the market analysis. They will cover that for you. They will also do assistance with site selection. They will also help with the business plan. They will also do the assisted living industry training depending on the area that you're in. So they'll help you do the training in that specific area. They'll even do employee management training, and then they'll also do the small business financing experience. So they'll help you along the lines of getting financed and financing your business and doing all things regarding that. Then you get your facility operations services and manuals, which is you'll get your home and floor design, you'll get your policies and procedure manuals, you'll get the owner operator manuals, emergency manuals, employee manuals. Then you get all the certified dietitian menus or manuals as well, which is like a 5 to 8 week recipe schedule. And then they have activity calendars, in-service manuals. So pretty much all the materials you need in order to run your residential assisted living home. And then on top of that, you will also get the marketing services and materials. So they'll help you market your assisted living, how to actually, get residents into your home. They'll help you with a website, again, referrals, so on and so forth. They'll even have your business cards. All of that comes with getting franchised and buying into a franchise. So once you kind of go through all that, the buy-in from what I've seen is usually, so excuse if I'm looking down just because I made notes on all this and I wasn't going to memorize all of this off the top of my head, but usually what you would have to pay, which is a franchise fee, is $60,000. It's anywhere from $60,000 to $70,000. And then the initial trade area will encompass or be, it depends. I mean, they usually want some area of 25,000 people, the population. The royalty fees, which I was talking about earlier, are usually 5% of the gross revenue for the life of the contract. So for as long as you're contracted with them, is 5%. The initial expenses will include property costs as well as building investment. Costs will vary, depends on the finalized construction if you decide to go that route. There are turnkey franchise opportunities apparently that are available from time to time, which you can take advantage of. So therefore, that's what all goes into the initial expenses. So that's pretty much most things that will be given if you actually get into a franchise business model with the assisted living business model. And what are my thoughts on that? My thoughts are that it's a good opportunity if you have the capital if you want to skip all the headache of having to learn everything by yourself and from scratch. Do I like the 5% royalty fee? Not really, but it is part of the whole business model. That's kind of where I would be a bit hesitant to actually do, but it is worth it if you don't want to make the mistakes of starting from scratch. And I suppose that 5% every month for the lifetime of the contract of being franchised, it is worth it. I mean, for most people, it is worth it, and it is a route that's out there that helps you be in business for yourself, and like they say, not by yourself, and you don't have to do everything by yourself. 5% adds up, though. It does add up over time, depending on how long you end up being in business for. So if that could be negotiated to be lowered, then that is great. I think anything lower than 5% would be great. But anything more than 5% is not worth it, in just my perspective, from my opinion, because it does add up a lot. And so, depending on how big your facility is, 5% can be a lot. And, on top of all the different expenses you already have as a residential assisted living home care homeowner, you already have the expenses that you have. And then on top of that, you have a fee that you have to pay every single month. Yeah, I mean, that's where I feel as if maybe it is better to just start from scratch. And $60,000 initial fee, and then on top of that, you have to get financed, right? You have to get the building, you have to do everything else that goes into starting a residential home. So, I mean, I depending on how big you want to go, you for 60,000 you can start your own residential care home, and you wouldn't have to pay the 5%, and you wouldn't have to do all that. So, is it worth it? For some people, it is worth it because you do get your hand held through the entire process. You have a proven model already, and that's what you're buying into with a franchise. So, as far as starting a franchise and buying into a franchise, it all just depends on the person, on you, on what it is you want to do. And so, I mean, there's not much more else to it other than the fact that maybe if you go the franchise route, you will get to, right off the bat, get all the support that you need, get everything you need right off the bat, and that's where the 60,000 comes into play. And then everything else after that is up to you to get financed, and to even get the 60,000 off the bat is still a lot. I mean, that's still a lot. You still have to go through the process of having to find the property, having to find and building the property if that you do take that route. So you still have to pay and come out of pocket. I don't know what it could end up being. I mean, it could end up being anywhere from $1 million to $2 million to build something from scratch. Buying the lot, building everything from scratch, depending on how big the property is. So to finance all that, I mean, that's you are buying into and hoping to buy into a really good model, and that it is a proven model, and that it is a successful model. So with that, I mean, would I take the route of franchising a business? I don't know. I mean, I would definitely have to think about it. I would definitely have to consider everything. But then again, it all depends on how long that business has been successful at doing this, and how successful their business model is, and how their other franchisees are doing. If they're doing really well and they've had a lot of success, then it may be worth it. It may be worth your time and effort and money to do it. Therefore, I wouldn't be opposed to doing a franchise. I don't think you guys should be opposed to doing it. So it is very interesting. Because now you see a lot of different franchises, right? Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, all these restaurants, they're all franchises. And the person that has the business model is the one that's going to ultimately make all the money. They're ending up, they make their money in real estate. That's what, so when you go to buy the property and everything, depending on the business, the person who is franchising out all these different, their model, if they're interested in the real estate and they end up buying the real estate and end up renting to you, that's where they're going to make most of their money, is in buying in these assets. So it is a smart, I mean, it's proven time and time again. It's interesting to see that there are people out there offering these different franchise opportunities for assisted living. So, I mean, if it's working for them, I mean, clearly there's a market and there's clearly people that are doing it this route. So it is exciting to see that. So, I mean, if you guys found this video very valuable, feel free, comment down below. Make sure to hit that like button. And also, guys, feel free to go check out the link down below where it will take you to the God Made podcast. It will also take you to the Facebook group. It will also take you to the Legion Assisted Living Academy. So guys, thank you again for all the love and support on this channel. And yeah, leave me any questions down in the comment box. God bless.